Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts.
And I'm Freddy with CJ Off-Road.
This is the 2018 F-150 we built for the Ford display at this year's SEMA show. And because of the rules of SEMA, we actually weren't able to show you this truck until we were finished with it.
We've actually done a ton of work to this truck, including this Addictive Desert Designs chase rack, so today we're going to show you how we installed it. Tools you'll need for this installation: a drill, 1/2-inch drill bit, 3/4-inch wrench, 9/16 wrench, 7/32 hex key, 19mm socket, a 3/8 ratchet, and safety glasses. So to install the chase rack, the first thing you have to do is get the chase rack up into the bed. You can either get some friends to help you or get some kind of hoist system to get it up in there. We had a couple people help us out to get it up in there, and now that it's up, we need to drill some 1/2-inch holes to secure it in place. Now once you get the chase rack up, before you start drilling, you want to make sure that you line up the front of the chase rack nice and flush with this trim right here on the bed. Okay, now you're going to take a 1/2-inch drill bit and drill out a hole right here through the trim and through the bed. Grab a backing plate and place it on the inside of the bed. Install your bolt. Once you get your bolt in, take your washer and nut and install them on the back side. Hold the nut with a 19mm wrench and tighten the bolt. We have this bolt installed, now we're going to install the same one on the other side. Okay, so we have both bolts installed on the rear of this chase rack. Now, if you were only installing the chase rack, there's only 6 bolts you need to install, but since we're doing the spare tire carrier, we need all 10 to be installed. So we're just going to go ahead and drill out the rest of the holes. Okay, so at this point we have 4 of the 10 bolts installed for the chase rack, and it's a good idea before you install the spare tire carrier to install your LED light bars if you have any. So I have Brendan up there installing our 50-inch Rigid Industries light bar. We're going to assemble the spare tire carrier in the bed of the truck. I'm going to have Brendan work on the passenger side, and I'm going to work on the driver's side. To start off, we're going to install these brackets, and this part of the bracket that angles down is going to go on the rear, and the flat part will go on the front. So this is going to be on the passenger side, and this bracket will be on the driver's side. After you install both side brackets, you're going to take this cross member brace and you're going to install it on the very back of the side brackets all the way across. We're going to lift the brace up and install this top bolt and nut first, and then we'll install the 4 bolts and nuts on the sides. Once you get all the bolts in, you can install the lock nuts with washers. Okay, we have the front cross member installed on the spare tire holder. Now we need to install the rear cross members. You're going to grab this one and install it on the driver's side. And this one goes on the passenger side. Install the brace. Get 2 of your side bolts on. Now it's important when you go to install the nuts on these bolts that you don't fully tighten it until it's all assembled, because if you'll notice, there's quite a bit of adjustment with this. So you want to leave it loose so you can adjust it just right. Once you get all the bolts and nuts installed, you can move on to the other side. Install the bracket on the other side. This is our final nut and bolt. We're leaving them loose, and now we can install the centerpiece. All right, we're ready to install the centerpiece, the main part for the spare tire carrier. This is really heavy, and the bottom part rests on top of the bottom cross members, and the front part rests underneath. So it's gonna be kind of tricky to install. I'm gonna get in there and just hold it in place while Brendan puts the bolts in. Once you get all the nuts and bolts installed and tightened down, you can actually install the spare tire holder. We're gonna take the mount off like this. And then this goes on the underside of this panel. Install a bolt and washer on top. Get the bolt through the bracket, and install a washer and nut on the bottom. Then you can tighten the nut and bolt with a 9/16 socket and wrench. Then at this time you can install the spare tire holder, or if you have your spare tire with you, you can install that too. And this goes on just like that. Okay, we got our Addictive Desert Designs chase rack installed with the spare tire holder and the LED light bar. It's looking absolutely killer, and it really completes the look of this truck. Installation wasn't too bad. The hardest part's just getting the bolts for the powder coat. Installation will probably take you 2 to 3 hours, and before you know it, you'll be heading off road.